32,000 for 8 bags of chicken feeds, and 1,000 for buying a bag of charcoal, 2,000 buying drugs for the chicken, or he already expects they will get unwell, and 1,000 shillings for buying sawdust transport. Now, do you think this is going to be appropriate if we were to give a youth 50,000 shillings, having been in the industry and having looked at how the trends in as far as spending is concerned?
Okay, like I mentioned, a lot of the youth today are starting their own businesses. They are hustling. That is one of the sources of money for the youth. So this is typically what we would expect from them. What I would probably add is that one of the main findings is that the youth are very materialistic. But the good thing about the youth today is that much as they're materialistic, they're not afraid of earning their own money. Hence, you'll hear like what Odhiambo is saying, I'm going to go out. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're going to open the poultry business, buy their own chicken, and basically just rear them and earn their own money. So they're materialistic, but they're not afraid to get their hands dirty to get that money.
And what are the findings? Just give us a preview of what the findings are. You mentioned earlier before this program findings of youth between 16 and 24 years of age.
Okay, I will start with one of the major findings that we got, and one of the ways in which they are spending a lot of their money. Technology. A lot of them, 82% actually have mobile phones. So
82% of Kenyan youth.
82. Okay, the study that we did was on the urban youth. Okay. Urban youth, we are talking about the 5 major towns in Kenya, and then we're also talking about 16 to 24-year-olds. So we're saying 82% of the 16 to 24-year-olds have a mobile phone. For them, mobile phone is king. They cannot live without it. And we found out that actually they're spending 1.9 billion shillings a month on airtime. Now, a lot of guys look at me and say that's a lot of money, but we break it down for them and and just look at their lifestyle habits when it comes to the mobile phone. One of the main things that they do is calling and texting. Some youth are actually sending an average of 250 SMSs a day. 250 SMSs a day. We're also looking at their calling habits. You know, they're always calling their friends, talking to their friends, be it social, and then some of them, a lot of them are also hustlers. So they're also looking for business or, you know, the next business deal. And then when it comes to online, which is one of the fastest growing mobile users for the youth, 41% actually surf the internet on a daily basis. So when you talk about 1.9 billion shillings going on airtime a month for the for the urban youth, that's actually very possible.
And just do you have any findings in as far as youth that tend to think of investing this money? Because looking at that age bracket, these are probably high school students and college students, probably Form 3 to second years in campus, or maybe fourth years, depending on when they joined. What are they saving?
I would say the saving habit is not that big, but then the hustling habit, or the just opening up of businesses, being entrepreneurs is what is big. So I guess much as maybe they're not saving, but then they're using that money to actually open up small businesses and use that money to actually make more money. Yeah.
And what would you advise youth, probably those who have made their comments here on our social network, and of course those who are watching you now?
What I would advise them is that, a lot of the youth who we've interacted with, who have started their own businesses, they're actually like flourishing. There's a lot of things that they can do, that they can be able to actually earn a lot of money, which can keep them busy, positive things. They should probably not only wait to get what we call, your blue-collar jobs. They should not be afraid of, your white-collar jobs. They should not be afraid of going out there and starting their own businesses, because they can actually be able to flourish. Yeah, and go. Okay,
I just want to, as we wind up, I just want to go through some of the comments. Very interesting. John Kahara says it's a very small amount, a small cash. You cannot even plan for it. That is someone talking about 50,000. They say they can't plan for it. It's very small. James Achoka says, I'll pay my college balance fee. That is very thoughtful of him. And then, of course, Felix Nasibi says, buy the initial machinery, for my building steel fabrication business. So we're seeing some sort of entrepreneurship also in those commenting. And I wonder how many youth use their money to start businesses.
Okay, I do not have the exact statistics on how many youth are actually spending their money to start businesses. But from our interaction with them, and as we're doing a lot of our researches, actually it is a majority of them want to start their own business. I think they've come to the realization that not everyone might be able to get a job. So what do? A lot of them want to start businesses. There's a comment of 50,000 shillings being too little.
Yeah. Someone did.
Yes, but 50,000 shillings, I mean, it's a lot of money. We've talked to some youth who have started businesses with, you know, about 12,000 shillings, and today they've made it big. They're doing very well. So I think it's not really the amount, it's just what the creativity and what someone decides to do with it.
Well, very interesting, and I just want to read through some again so that you make your last remarks on them as we wind up the show. Someone says, 10% tithe and pay school fees for my son and daughter. Frank Kunene Mwangi says, who will give you that kind of money? And Kigan Titus says, I will appreciate it. They don't even have a plan for how to use the money. And of course, Peter Muli says, I would pay my brother's school fees. They really need it. Asen Masinde says, we'll buy a camcorder. Nianze ku freelance. This is an aspiring journalist. So I just want you to recap that and tell us about how you intend to advise in your engagement with the youth. What do you advise them to do in 10 seconds, if you can do that?
Okay. I think how I would advise them is that it's just about being creative. And it's just about being creative and being brave, and I think keeping your eyes on the prize. And with a little money, you can be able to make it big.
Wow, thank you so much, Shiro, for those interesting facts and figures you've given us, and we hope to engage you even more on this program and of course on other forums so that we are able to understand about the whole issues about youth. Yeah. And you have been watching KTN Financial Markets Live. We are glad you're watching, and thank you so much for the tremendous comments you've made, and we really appreciate. Do have yourselves a very good afternoon, and let's talk business again tomorrow, same time. My name is Zawadi Mudibo.